Hi everyone, it's Ash. This is Indie Insider, and my guest this week is Paytra. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I know that you just mentioned you restricted for time as you have a gig to perform. So let's get into it. How did you start your music career?
So I started writing when I was probably 12, but I started just like playing music when I was 6. I was just always fascinated with performing and writing and just like the way music made me feel.
Okay.
So I actually, yeah, like I knew from a pretty young age that this is what I wanted to do. So when I was 16, I convinced my parents, I was like, hey, you should let me homeschool so I can focus on music and like prove to you that I'm going to take this seriously. And my parents are very like non-traditional in a good way. You know, they believe in like supporting passion, which I think is
Right.
really important. And so they were like, okay. So I spent a year, I still lived at home with them, but I did my school online. And then it gave me a lot of time to just write and practice and make videos and, like go through all of the learning phase of everything pretty quickly. So
Right.
by 17, or towards the end of the year when I was 16, I was like, can I move to New York and just do this? And that's what I did. And I mean, I would like just get into whatever I could here, literally wake up, pack a bag, go to open mics, go to classes, meet people. I didn't know what I was doing, but
Oh,
I was ready to do it. So that's kind of like how I got started.
oh,
And I guess the
fantastic.
rest is history.
And then tell us about this gig that you're going to be performing just now. How did you find out about it? Did somebody approach you?
Yeah, so I have been booking myself for shows for as long as I can remember.
Right.
And I recently put together an all it's like all girls a band, and the goal of that was to kind of bring the music to life and obviously hopefully get more bookings.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people know like artists making money as an artist, you have to get creative, you have to perform live, you have to sell merch, you have to, do everything. So I was like, how can I bring my music to life? So anyway, I spent the better part of last year just reaching out to festivals and venues
Right.
and as much as I could, just cold emailing. Um, and boom, like now I'm like keep getting booked.
Wow.
And
And
now I
how,
can't even keep up.
I was just want to say, how do you manage to keep up with all these bookings and do you sort of like schedule each month or do you do different gigs every week?
Yeah, I mean, it's so last minute in this industry, so it's really hard to plan fully ahead.
Right.
I definitely, so I mean, how I manage my time is like every Saturday or Sunday morning, I like, okay, here's everything I have to get done this week. Here's all of the
Oh,
appointments. Here's all the gigs. How do I like, it's like a puzzle, right?
yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been doing. But it's so crazy. And honestly, like I recently signed with a booking agent, which is like the best thing ever because obviously it's great finding like the right person to kind of bring aboard. But secondly, like it's just such a nightmare
I
to
can
manage
imagine.
travel, to
Yeah.
manage hotels, sound check outfits, the set list. Like it's like so much work. And I don't even think I realized that until I got into the thick of it,
Right.
especially when you have like 5 people that you're traveling with. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Oh my word. And so does the booking agent take the pressure off of you? You know, as you've just said with hotels, booking venues, etc. There's no, so not pressure on you.
Yeah, and also just like the communication between everyone, which I think is a big one. Like when you're booking a festival, there's so many people involved in the festival. One person might be in charge of booking, one might be in charge of stage management, one might be in charge of the back line and like the technical
Wow.
requirements. And I think a lot of times when you're trying to juggle the communication,
Yeah.
first of all, I say this because I do believe this, but like when it's the artist talking, I think it's harder for you to advocate
Right.
for yourself. They don't, they just kind of like, okay, well, she's an artist. She'll do whatever for whatever price. And, we can take advantage of that versus when you have a professional booking agent who knows how to
Yes.
use the lingo and just knows the market and like the pricing and what you deserve and all your expenses. Like, I think the booking agent is better able to advocate, just because that's what they focus on,
Of
like
course.
it's so hard to do everything, and having somebody who is basically negotiating and dealing with the BS on your behalf is great.
I can imagine. Yes. You think, oh, thank goodness. All I have to now concentrate on is getting there and performing.
Yes, and that's what it should be. I mean, ideally, right?
Of course.
I mean, you always want to be in the know of your business and what's happening, but the more things that you can kind of entrust into other people who are better than you, I just think it sets you up as an artist and a team to
Yes.
be stronger.
That's right. Now the coming months, what have you got planned for the coming months?
Right. Yeah. So, I am, this is so funny because I literally decided like a few days ago that this was happening.
Okay.
But I randomly put together an EP. Um,
Okay.
and it was not part of the plan at all because I have so many singles ready to go. But I wrote a song. I'm not going to give too many details quite yet because it's not all quite hashed out. But what I
Yeah.
will say is I wrote a song that's really influenced by the climate in the United States of the government and the election and just
Right.
kind of how I'm feeling about it. It's like a really stressful time for a lot of people. And I wrote a song about it, and it kind of like inspired me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to have this EP that's like my, it's empowering. It's like, we can do this, like, stand up for yourself,
Right.
and just kind of like my collection of thoughts. I'm very inspired by like being angry or being motivated or being upset. Like when I get upset or mad about something, I pick up a pen and I write and I
All
like hash out
right.
my feelings that way. So I feel like the EP definitely brings that out. But yeah, so like randomly next month,
Gee, okay, it could be
have an
something
EP.
different.
Right.
Oh my word. And Petra, tell us, how do you communicate or connect with your fans online and when you're performing live?
Yeah. So, I mean, my website is definitely like the home base, I would say, which is
Okay.
patramusic.com. But recently, I started a Discord because I formed a little community on TikTok specifically. And I don't know, I just wanted to have a space where it was more conversational and everybody could like talk together as a group. So I
Right.
made a little Discord channel called Patra's Misfits,
Oh,
named
that's
after one of my
sweet.
songs. Yeah, and like it's like we all are just like, I don't know, chatting, sharing photos, sharing, stories, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of been like my little community.
Oh, that's very sweet. Honestly, that was going to be my next question, but you beat me to it.
Oh,
Um, Petra, I know that you're on your way to your gig,
uh,
but I'll just say, I'll let you go because I know you don't want to get out of breath or talk too much when you're about to sing. But before we go, if you could, I know you just said your website, but where else can people, follow you, buy your merch, buy your music?
yeah. So pretty much if you type Paytra into Instagram, Twitter, sorry, X,
I know it,
uh,
yeah.
TikTok, Google, like wherever you type it in, there's not very many Patras yet, so you can
Very
find me.
unique.
Um, yeah, so far.
So far,
But
yeah.
On TikTok, I have two accounts. Again, if you type my name, you'll see it. One where I share more music, and one just like where I'm sharing more like random, unplugged, unedited, like
Oh,
raw
fantastic.
me. So yeah, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, my website. It's like, yeah, all over every
All
social
over.
media website.
Oh, well, Petra, I just want to thank you so much, darling, for taking
Thank
time out of your
you.
day, especially when you're on your way to a gig to perform. I'm going to wish you the best of luck and enjoy it, darling.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you had me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, and I'm glad to have spoken to you, even though it was short, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you once
Short and
again,
sweet.
Petra, and we'll chat soon.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Bye.
Petra. Bye.